Oftentimes on this channel, I have soft spots for certain cars and certain brands. And one of my biggest soft spots is for Volvo, specifically the EX30 twin motor performance. Let's get into it because this EV is an absolute rocket and a blast to drive. And here we are. This is a 2026 Volvo EX30 twin motor performance. What does that all mean? Dual motor, 422 horsepower, 0 to 100 time on this car is under 4 seconds, 3.6 to be exact. 422 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds of torque. It is an absolute sleeper. It is such a blast to drive. 69 kilowatt hour battery, roughly 407 kilometers of range on here. And this is finished in a lovely, lovely color. This color is called Sand Dune. And charging time on it, you're probably looking about 26 to 27 minutes. We'll have the charging test up for this video by the time this goes out. I think this thing looks great. It's a blast to drive. Volvo is starting to really nail their EVs, and that's because they are owned by Geely. So this is also a Zeekr X or a smart #1. And it is brutally cold out here because it is still winter time. And this is what it was actually built for. It's really optimized for these winter conditions in Scandinavia, in Canada, and as usual, some of you have asked me to wash the cars before I film them, and this is why I don't film the cars clean, because all of the water ends up freezing on it. Really nice looking vehicle. It's really not trying to be something it's not. It's not outlandishly designed. It's not outlandishly overly engineered. It's a good, honest EV. It is a great looking EV, and I think this is one of the greatest EVs on the market now. It's really one of those vehicles that I get to drive and I just fall in love with right away. Last year we drove the rear drive single engine EX30 and I fell in love with it right away. But the twin motor really made an impression on me with just how quick it is. We'll go for a drive in a minute. First, I want to show you a couple things on this car that you should find interesting, specifically the Easter eggs. And how many Easter eggs are there? You got tons of room back here for cargo. This will actually go down one other level, but it actually gives you loading information. How cool is that for your IKEA run? So that's one of the Easter eggs. The other one is going to be in the frunk. This vehicle does have a frunk, which is nice to see. We will have to get in the car and open that actually. We'll cover the interior in a moment. Here we go. So we'll show you the other Easter egg on this EX30 twin motor. And here we go. Here is Easter egg number 2. You have your moose and you have your EX30 down here. Small little frunk. I think you could put a bottle of screen wash in there. That's pretty awesome. Let's go have a look at this interior. And again, thank you Volvo for keeping real door handles. Very nice door card in here. This handle is absolutely fantastic. Sorry about the dirt. This is wintertime here. This is real life. It has a very nice blue cloth interior on here. Very minimalist interior. And you have your, I would say this is your square steering wheel, which I actually quite like. It's very comfortable when you're driving. This is just a very nice car inside. We'll touch on the software in a moment. I just want to go in back and show you the room for passengers. And of course you have your glass roof. It's a bit tight back here if you actually had to put people in it. The seat is set up for my driving position, so now we have to go step inside and it is extremely tight. This is a very small SUV at the end of the day, but if you are planning on having people back here, either move your seat up or get a larger vehicle. And headroom, well, headroom is fine. I'm quite tall. There's a lot of headroom here, but I think you could be hitting your head against the roof pillar. But overall, a very nice interior, and we shall cover that software as we go back here up front. One of the nicest parts of the EX30 is the software. For 2026, they have really polished it. They have made it so much easier to use. So we'll go back to home, and the map is nice and quick. It's all Google-based mapping. And what's nice is I don't really think you need to connect CarPlay to it. And you could and you could actually press on the icons on the screen and end up at charging. Your climate control is here. Again, standard Volvo. Polestar uses roughly the same interface, and you have your quick controls up on here. Everything is very nice. Everything is very easy to use. Super intuitive. I've been enjoying using it, and you have your different options here, your driving modes. We were in performance before, and battery conditioning, because this is a properly engineered vehicle. I would always like to see manual battery preconditioning, but the automatic preconditioning with navigation works flawlessly in here. It works really well. The indicators stalks are very nice too. The drive select stalk, very nice, up, down for reverse. Beautiful. Lots of room here, tons of space. Your phone chargers are here. We'll put that back in park. You have 2 slots for phone charging, plenty of storage space in here. Let's go have a look at what the glove box is. Here we go. First edition, of course. Really nice in here. You're probably wondering about price. Well, tested price on this is 62,100 Canadian dollars. For that, as I already mentioned, you get 69 kilowatt hour battery. Peak DC fast charging rate on this is going to be 170 kilowatts, 10 to 80% time, roughly 27 minutes. We're doing a charging test on this right after this review. 11 kilowatt home AC charging, but this vehicle does have vehicle to load. You do need the adapter that plugs into the charging port, and I'm told that's going to be a software update. Sometime this year, it will enable the vehicle to load, which is amazing. The rear drive single motor option starts at around 53,000 Canadian, 268 horsepower, a bit more range. I know what you might be thinking. It's really expensive. You don't get a lot of range, but this is such a nice driving EV where I can deal with that. And the charging time on it is relatively low, and it is pretty efficient. It's been cold out here for the past week. I've been averaging about 27 kilowatt hours per 100, but I've also been doing acceleration runs and highway blasts and that sort of thing to get a feel for it. I think the only issue that I've noticed, and this is just a personal preference, is not knocking the car whatsoever, would be the steering wheel firmness settings. I don't really notice a big of a difference between soft, medium, and firm, but that's just me. I mean, that's a very personal preference at the end of the day, but this is a very nice vehicle. This is a very well built vehicle. There's no rattles, there's no knocks, there's no bangs, nothing like that in here. And as I said, this is built on Geely's SEA platform, so sustainable experience architecture. This also underpins the Zeekr X. It underpins the Smart #1, which we might have in Canada soon, hopefully. But super cool vehicle. I wish you would see more of these on the road. You don't really see a lot of these on the road. Anyways, enough talking. We've covered the specs. We covered the prices. Let's get out there and actually see what it drives like. Let's go. As I said, 422 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds of torque. Yeah, this thing is properly quick, but it doesn't build speed. It doesn't build speed and acceleration like you would think instantly. It's more of a gradual linear feel on a performance, and we are at a bit lower state of charge, so you won't have the full power, and you must be in performance mode to unlock the full potential of the vehicle. But just out here driving on the road, it drives so nice. It's so sublime. And this is what a lot of EVs get wrong, is they don't get the driving experience right. They don't get the emotional side of just cars in general, I find. And as I said, I have a soft spot for Volvo. It's such a good looking car. It's a really small vehicle as well. And it's just so nice to drive. It's just an honest EV. And as I said, I think it looks absolutely great. But again, that's me. I like small compact cars. I like small compact SUVs. And I think this is one of the best that you can buy on the market. Living with it's quite easy. Again, I have home charging, so full 11 kilowatt home charging, one pedal drive, even in full regen. It's not super aggressive, and it's very, very, very comfortable to use. Like, you just don't let off the throttle and your head hits the steering wheel. Very optimized, much like the chassis. Again, super optimized, super comfortable to drive. What more can I say? This is one of those EVs that handing it back, you're going to be a bit sad at the end of the day, but it's definitely something that I can see in my driveway, as you can tell by the smile on my face. Oh, I just love it so much. And the color is beautiful, the interior is beautiful. The only thing for me this is missing is a big ski roof box on it, and it would be absolutely perfect. But what a blast to drive. I don't think I really need to make this EV review longer than it needs to be. This is just a good quality product from Volvo and has good backing behind it, good tech behind it. Everything works as it should. I really, really enjoyed this one. And if you've enjoyed this video, please think about liking and subscribing. We don't really do too many car reviews anymore, but yeah, hopefully this year, 2026, we could definitely start doing more car reviews again if you like it. But we're going to keep it very simple, very from a user perspective or a average buyer type of review. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section about the 2026 Volvo EX30 twin motor performance. Would you buy one, or would you maybe get something else? Let me know in the comment below. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video.